Am I the asshole for kicking my boyfriend's sister and her 5 kids out of my apartment? So, prior to COVID, my boyfriend's sister did live on her own in Section 8. Unfortunately, her apartment looked like a hoarder house. She got evicted from there and went into their mom's house. They lived in a 2-bedroom apartment and she had taken over the apartment. My boyfriend was literally sleeping in the living room and paying majority of the rent. He was basically the man of the house. He paid for everything, and I mean everything. Over time, it became a hoarder house, just like the house that she got evicted from. So I convinced him to move out and move in with me. My boyfriend, 26, and I, 24, moved in with his dad to get him out of that situation, and we only lived there for a year. After a year, we started looking into apartments, and unfortunately, within that time, his mom and siblings were also getting evicted. I had made it clear to him that if we were going to help anybody out within his family, it would be his mother, and he agreed. By the time we got into our apartment, his family was already evicted and bouncing from place to place. It had first started with asking me if his younger brother, aged 22, could stay with us for a while because he had nowhere to go. Obviously, I was not okay with that because I told him we could only help out his mother. Eventually, he still ended up staying and created problems within our relationship. Fast forward a couple months where we were trying to get back on track. Within this time, his sister went to SC to go stay with their youngest sister and her boyfriend. After a couple weeks, they got evicted and returned. She then went to go stay with an older relative on the baby's father's side. One day, his sister, 29, had come in asking if she and her 5 kids, all under the age of 8, and her grown-ass baby daddy, who's 45, could stay with us for a week because the lady, baby daddy's relative, didn't want them in their house while she was on vacation. So my boyfriend didn't necessarily ask me. He kind of just told me, hey, she's going to be staying here for a week. And I wasn't okay with that. But I told him it's fine as long as she and the kids stayed quiet because I work from home. It went from 1 week to 3 months. After the first week of her being there, I did ask her what her plan was, which she responded very hostile and said, well, if it's a problem I'm here, then I'll just take my kids and go. People always want to kick someone down when it's raining. She had a total attitude just because I asked what her plan was. Never did I kick her out or tell her she had to leave. Turns out the lady never went on vacation, and that was just her way of kicking them out. She was already creating more problems within my relationship with my boyfriend because she would not clean at all. All she would do is sit all day, not working, and not pay a single penny towards rent, nor did her baby daddy. He didn't work. It made my blood boil. When it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, this man will be laid out in the middle of my floor asleep like he owns the place. Kids running around, Play-Doh all over my ceiling, my walls written up, and when I would say something to her, it's, oh, I'll get to it. My boyfriend would always be on her side saying, yeah, she's going to get to it. She has kids and blah, 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 blah. Eventually, I got sick of coming home to a dirty apartment where I'm living with 10 people and a 2-bedroom apartment. I was depressed. I was going to my mom's house just to sleep because over majority of the days, I wouldn't even get to go into the kitchen to make myself some food. My apartment didn't even feel like my own apartment anymore. It felt like I was in their apartment. I had contacted my apartment complex so that they could let me know what I can do about the situation. They told me I was breaking my lease due to having 7+ guests living with me that weren't on the lease, and also because it's a 2-bedroom apartment. I called the cops and they would just tell me to call my complex. I was going back and forth with my complex and the cops until I got into a verbal argument with my boyfriend, which caused his siblings to come into my room to see what was going on with the commotion. I started arguing with the sister and let it all out. I may have been disrespectful with what I said, but it was all facts. I told her that she needs to start working to take care of her kids, because it's unfair for her little brother to take care of her. Her 5 kids and her grown-ass baby daddy, and she needs to stop using those kids as a paycheck. She kicked me because she got mad I was stating facts, so I put a restraining order on her. Once I got the restraining order, she had to leave my property. The restraining order was only for 3 days, and if I wanted to extend the restraining order, I had to file in court. So I did. After 3 days, she did try to return to my apartment like nothing happened. Groceries in hand and everything. Immediately, I went to go lock the door and called the cops, and I told her that the restraining order was extended, and she had to leave my property. From that point on, she has not returned. But she has a history of going from house to house, not cleaning and just getting herself and others evicted. This is not the first, this is not the second, or even the third or fourth time she has done this to someone, and I was not going to let her get me evicted. So am I the asshole for kicking her out along with her 5 kids and her baby daddy when she has not paid a single cent in rent and hasn't cooked any food for us or hasn't cleaned?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have so much to say here. First of all, at first I was like thinking like, ugh, I don't really like situations like these because I do feel like if they have nowhere else to go and you do have room, what are you going to make? Like, what are you going to do? Like, make them live on the street? Like, it's tough. It's difficult. But she's making her bed. She made her bed. She keeps doing this over and over and over. Like, this is a pattern. And on top of that, she's not contributing at all. She's not grateful for the roof that you are giving her. She's not cleaning up after herself. Like, the bare minimum, cleaning up after yourself. Like, literally all you have to do is clean up after yourself, and it probably wouldn't have gotten to this point. A nice thing to do would be to offer to do above and beyond, cook for everybody, to show that you're grateful for them providing a roof over your head, doing the laundry. Like, if you don't have a job and you're just sitting around all day, what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing?
Using the Wi-Fi.
You can't even clean up after yourself. Like, I feel like if I was living in someone else's place, out of just the nicest of their heart, like, and I wasn't paying anything, I would be going above and beyond to make them, like, not have to lift a finger when they're home.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, this is just so ungrateful and entitled behavior. Like, this is not normal. And the fact that she's getting evicted after, like, evicted, like, day after, or whatever, month after month, like, this is not normal.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know when your rant. I don't know when your rant's ending. You said I have so much to say, so I'm just letting you let it out.
That was pretty much all the points.
Yeah. So this is where I'm like, okay, first off, boyfriend's sister's a piece of shit, but like,
boyfriend sucks too.
How are you still attracted to your boyfriend?
No, like I was gonna say that too. That was part of my points.
I'd be kicking them all out, or I'd be leaving. I'd be like telling the apartment complex like, leave them with the lease.
Exactly.
I am leaving this situation.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like, if it were me in the situation, like, I would be up and leaving.
I would be no longer attracted to my partner.
No.
For letting his family do this to me. For him doing this to me. He fucking created this problem. Yes. He let them stay. So I'd be like, oh, you want to let them stay? Okay, well, you chose them over me. Fucking figure it out with the apartment shit. I'm not paying her anymore. I'm peacing out. Peace out. Fuck you. And like, you know, we talked about this before with like CPS and stuff. Mm-hmm. Bro, you guys are not being good parents.
No.
If you don't have a steady home for 5 children.
Yeah.
Are the kids better off with CPS coming in and doing something or not?
I don't know.
This is where I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, you're obviously pretty fucking shit parents. You can't keep a stable roof over your kid's head.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
No, I agree.
And like, if you're just moving in temporarily with like 5 kids, like, how much stuff are you bringing with you? These kids are going to be...
A 2-bedroom.
You're cramming these kids where 4 adults in a 2-bedroom with 5 kids. Like, you are cramming...
How does that make sense?
Honestly, at this point, like, I feel like CPS is better for the kids. Like, no offense, your parents are fucking shit.
No, they are.
You don't have enough room for yourself. You obviously couldn't bring, like, all your clothes. You can't keep toys, anything like that. You can't like, really keep anything of your own.
This was, like, so... blatantly clear that you are not the asshole, but I just hope you realize, like, you need to leave this guy. Like, this guy sucks.
Yeah, exactly. This guy sucks.
Get away from this family. Like, they are so toxic. They're trying to bring you down with them.
Like, you see the pattern happening 5 times before it gets to your house, and then they come in with you. It's like, no. 1 week? No, you're not even staying the night.
I don't even know how you, like, got this far. Like, you let this happen for months. Like,
you need to drop the boyfriend.
Lost it.
Your boyfriend needs a wake up call, and you need to. Honestly, OP needs a bit of a wake up call too. She needs to get away.
I agree. Damn. All right, me.
Back to you.